Man, let me tell y'all something. Look, y'all, my bad. I went early. I went live a little earlier, then I had to get off live. Man, dealing with this home ish right now, trying to buy a home, bruh. It's been a bunch of bull. People tell you one thing and another thing happened. I'm tired of it. Okay, that's why I was on the phone. I had to get off. Good Lord. I know y'all tired of me ranting about it though. You feel me? But anyway, good Lord, it's Monday. I usually like my Mondays, beginning of the week. But today I want to put my foot in someone's ass. Good Lord. It's only Monday, beginning of the damn week. Anyway, I hope y'all living good out there. Hope y'all had a solid weekend. You feel me? Also, is Burbert right? You feel me? Is Byron Donalds right? Were black families better off under Jim Crow? I know some of y'all that sound wild as hell. I know it sounded wild to me too. Like, we gonna read it, okay? Sometimes Byron been spitting that Kundanese like Tim Scott, and both of them is like running mates for vice president for Donald Trump. But yeah, they be saying some coon babble at times. This might be some more coon babble, because were black people better off under Jim Crow? No, goddamn it, no. Why would black people be better off under Jim Crow? And I know some of you people out there that's slow as hell. Shout out to Bitcoin Villa out here again, trying to probably sell me some Bitcoin in spaces. I don't want your Bitcoin. I already bought $500 worth. But anyway, yeah, Jim Crow, laws of segregation. Really, it was laws so they be whooping my black Americans and black people's asses. And talk about you got to go in the colored bathroom. You feel me? Shit like that. And they had it whites only and stuff like that. To a certain extent, I ain't gonna lie. When we were segregated, I think that would have been better than saying we're better off under Jim Crow, blah, blah, blah. No. When we were segregated and left alone as black Americans and black people, we actually did better when it comes to certain things like families. Yeah, that makes more sense. All right? Not this bull jive like, man, black families better off than Jim Crow. You sound like a white supremacist. That's a white supremacist talking point. Okay? But that's what we're going to get into today's episode of the Sears Glare, where I'm your lovely or hated host, Kamal, a.k.a. the Black Seinfeld, a.k.a. Magic X. And since I have a certain sector of my audience that shows love and appreciation for your brother, that is my fam. Look, we don't always agree, but when we disagree, we do it with respect. What should y'all be doing right now? As y'all groove into the beat. Yeah. And if they watching, at least they learning. And I appreciate some of y'all, from the ugly to the beautiful and to the in-betweeners. Also appreciate my live audience. I see y'all coming in, tuning in. Shout out to my Twitch family, okay? All right, hit your bro to follow and to share, all right? But let me talk to the other sector of my audience, you stank assholes. You suspected rednecks. You babbling white supremacists. And some of y'all in my Twitter, bro. Y'all's in my Twitter this weekend. Y'all, oh my God, bro. What you talking about, bro? It's interracial crime out here, bro. I'm like, if you don't sit your mayo babbling ass down, you goddamn coons and the rest of you trolls, what should y'all be doing in this sector of my audience? That's right, EAD. Now, with that being said, look, I got to thank my brother, producer of the show, and them numbers is going up. Kiwi in the building. Shout out to you, brother. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. Follow my bro on this fitness journey, and is the producer of the show. All right? Now, like I said earlier, you feel me? Byron Donalds implied black people were better off under Jim Crow. So we checked. And for some of y'all who don't know who Byron Donalds is, he is a Republican representative out of Florida. And He going up against Tim Scott, the possibly being the vice president of Donald Trump, running mate. You know, they ain't in cahoots. You know what I mean? It's like when you see two raccoons in the barrel and they yeah, that's what they doing for the vice president. You feel me? Yeah, in Florida. Let's read some of this. We don't read bullet points because it's already in the damn article. This is by Michael Harriet. Came out June 7th. Why Byron Donalds always look like that too? He always look confused. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Byron Donalds is usually wrong. Damn, coming out spicy. To be fair, as one of only 5 African-American Republican members of Congress, being wrong is part of his job. All right, this looks like it's going to be a hit piece. All right. And it said opinion, so off the grill. Is this off the grill? Yep. All right. Because sometimes they do the Associated Press, which means they take an article from Associated Press and put it into theirs. But this is from a writer from the grill. In 2023, Donalds appeared on Joy Reid's MSNBC show to be wrong about critical race theory and woke history, which means black. Whenever they say woke, they mean black. Hell, they don't even know what woke mean at times. Let's be real. He was wrong when he believed his fellow Republicans would support his candidacy for Speaker of the House. He was wrong when he voted to overturn the results of 2020 election. So it wasn't unusual when people accused the 2-term congressman of valorizing the era of government-approved racism known as Jim Crow. You know why they called it Jim Crow, y'all? Because like they see us black people as crows, black, dark. You feel me? And did y'all also know when a group of crows come together, they call that a homicide? I bet y'all didn't know that, huh? Yeah. But some of y'all slow as hell, don't know what Jim Crow means. I looked it up for y'all. We're going to read what it means. The Jim Crow laws were state and local laws introduced in the southern United States, which they took place in the northern United States too. They always try to tell y'all. It's the same thing with the whole liberals, Democrats, and Republican conservatives. They always try to, the liberals be like, them Republicans over there, mad racist. They are just extremely racist. And then we sitting here as black Americans side-eyeing them. It's like, yeah, but what about you and Joe Biden? Huh? Y'all ain't no better. Ain't none of you mother effers talking about tangibles for us, such as the anti-black hate crime bill, such as cash reparations. Y'all mad silent about that, but I digress. Being a pejorative term for an African American. Such laws remained in force until 1965. Formal and informal segregation policies were present in other areas of the United States as well, even as several states outside the South had banned discrimination in public accommodations and voting. Southern laws were enacted by white dominant state legislatures, redeemers, who disenfranchised and removed political and economic gains made by African Americans. We're going to change that. Black Americans. All right. During the Reconstruction era, such constituents or continuing racial segregation was also supported by the successful lily white movement. All right. That's what it is. That's what Jim Crow is. Okay. And it got all this. You know what y'all could do? Y'all could Google Jim Crow your damn self and read it your damn self. This is what Donalds does. But instead of accusing Donalds of performing anti-blackness in exchange for praise and pats on the head from white colleagues, the Grill decided to fact-check Donalds' actual statements. And since we on the subject of people trying to get pat on the heads from white folks, let's look at this bro right here off of Twitter. No. That's black excellence. I'm going to show y'all later. Look at this. Man, don't coons always have a certain look about them? All right. And Chris Evans says, Chris Evans, I think, let me get a, I don't know who Chris Evans is, but I think he done said some anti-black stuff before, allegedly. All right. But bruh says, what is the point of this? And you see, bruh has Joe Biden, convicted felon, circled in, and it look like he trying to get white validation. They always got this look about him, man. The coons, the Sambos. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah. Voted for Donald Trump. Yeah. Oh my God, man. And I'm telling y'all, I know this look because I done been acquaintances with a lot of these coons out here in Dago. God damn. Jesus Christ. You coons and Sambos know who I'm talking about out here in Dago. Y'all be wanting that white validation. Be cheesing like bro. Here. Pat on the head. You got a pound.
I'm voting for it. Make me tell
Lord Jesus.
you. That's how exactly it's right. In a civilized country. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there's only so much like cooning I could take in one sitting before I start to throw up. All right, what Byron Donalds actually said. On Tuesday, Donalds appeared at two Trump campaign events organized to garner the black male vote, which ain't happening because y'all ain't talking about no damn tangibles. If y'all ain't talking about tangibles for us as black Americans, then we ain't trying to hear it. All right? Shout out to my live audience again. And also, shout out to my Tube family. I'll see y'all in here. You feel me? The Tube been around since 05. I don't need to tell y'all to do this because y'all doing it. All right? But it's great to remind y'all. Like, sub, share, comment. All right? Oh, yeah, and we pay bills around here. So I like to thank my sponsor, First Place Losers. Link in the description below. Y'all go check out the fire garments. They gonna look lavish on y'all. Okay. Now let's read some more of this. During the Congress cognac and cigars gathering, is that what they called it? According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, during the Congress cognac and cigars gathering, wait a minute, hold on now. Donald's explained how black people benefited from institutional racism. During Jim Crow, the black family was together, and this is a white supremacist talking point. They love to point that out, like, hey, during Jim Crow, and y'all is getting your ass whooped and stuff. Y'all family was better off. Y'all had more families, and the marriage rate went up and stuff. And see, this is why I'm here. One of the black news anchors out here that's gonna give you the truth, give you the real. The reason why the black families were better off in the 60s and during Jim Crow, it wasn't because of Jim Crow. Okay? It was because we were separated and we didn't have to deal with y'all bullshit. Okay? When y'all leave us alone as black Americans and we left alone and we able to, police our own communities and stuff like that, we actually do better. That's what it was. Well, no goddamn Jim Crow. Donald, stop conflating ish, bruh. All right. During Jim Crow, the black family was together. Donald's explained to the crowd at the white-owned business in one of the whitest and most conservative parts of the city, where Donald's and the GOP colleagues unsuccessfully asked elections officials to toss out black voters' ballots. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative. Black people have always been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively. In the H.E.W. Lyndon Johnson, you go down that road, and now we are where we are. So this what Donald said? Bro, you gotta write better, bro. Because I'm kind of confused. Are you saying this, or is this what Donald said? Because, hey, us as black Americans, black people, we are way more conservative. That don't mean we Republican. Pressed by CNN host Abby Phillip on Wednesday, James Crow Jr. doubled down on his remarks. All I was doing was referring to the time periods. The American apartheid advocate explained. Frankly, what that is about the empirical fact that before the Great Society, before Lyndon Johnson's policies, there was more black families united. The marriage rate in black America was significantly higher before the Greater Society. Remember I told y'all they was going, this is the point that they use. The period of time that coincides with that obviously is Jim Crow era. So why would you say The reason why black families or black people was better off was because of Jim Crow. That's idiotic, that's stupid, and that's dog whistling. I told y'all why black families, you feel me, was better off, you feel me, under Jim Crow. And it's not because of Jim Crow. So stop that. No. It was because of us, black Americans and black people. First of all, it's more black Americans because real talk, shout out to my black immigrant brothers and sisters out there that's for us as black Americans and stuff like that. But I hate to say, you also brought in the tether class. And then during the 60s and 70s, the tether class start coming along and start undermining us as black Americans and black Americans. Because that's what y'all undermine, is us. So that's what also happened too. Okay? Not this whole, it's not no bull jive that Jim Crow is the reason why black families, blah, 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 blah. No! It was better because of us. And we had people leaving us the F alone. What was Jim Crow? After the 1876 presidential election, 15 white men gathered in the room to figure out a solution to first stop the Steele movement. Known as the Wormley Agreement to the Compromise of 1877, 5 Supreme Court justices, 5 senators, and 5 representatives awarded the presidencies to Rutherford B. Hayes. In exchange for ending the Reconstruction era, the concessions included a specific accommodation that the federal government would stop forcing former Confederate states to recognize the constitutional rights of black citizens. Legislatures in northern and southern states immediately created a series of racially discriminatory policies that became known as the Jim Crow laws, which we were under for like 100 years. And y'all can read the Jim Crow laws here. Just Google it, look at Wiki. But I do want to read this last paragraph right here. For 100 years, from the end of race-based slavery until the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which was used against us lately, Ed Bloom, Fearless Fund, you feel me? Evanston, Illinois, Tim Fitton, he used Civil Rights Act against us. I think one of them used like the 1866, and one of them used, I think, this 1964, but they're using civil rights against us, which is why we need to have cash reparations lineage-based and not race-based. And when it comes to these programs that want to give money to us, just make it lineage-based. They're going to do this bull jive every time when it comes to race, okay? Every black person in America lived under this constitutionally enforced, government-approved system of white supremacy. Because of Jim Crow, the black codes created their emancipation were now the law of the land. Segregated schools are mandatory under Jim Crow. Under Jim Crow, it was perfectly fine to disenfranchise black voters, ban non-white people from living wherever they wanted. Jim Crow excluded black taxpayers from using facilities built and maintained with tax dollars. But hey, you know what else happened? We just start building our own institutions. We start doing stuff for ourselves and not worrying about them. And it's like, all right, y'all want white only restaurants? Okay, we're gonna start making black owned restaurants. We're gonna do our own thing, and it's gonna be better. And it was until they weaseled their way in, and then it was like, okay, yeah, we give y'all the Civil Rights Act. You feel me? Y'all can integrate with us to a certain extent. But y'all most definitely gonna integrate them dollars. They figure out how they can integrate our dollars while they cancel us out when it comes to businesses, really us in the family sector, you feel me? Because we were more tight-knit as a family, and it wasn't because no freaking Jim Crow. If you leave a people alone and separate, you will see how they do. And us as black Americans, we actually thrive when we left alone. Okay? And we separated from y'all BS. Because it's a well-known fact that, hey, man, you white folks, when y'all left alone to y'all issue, y'all try to do it by y'allself, y'all failed. Y'all be eating each other's asses. And I ain't talking about no LGBTQ style. I'm literally, y'all, in Jamestown, Virginia, y'all literally eating each other's asses. Y'all was like, hey, Pass me a side of that ass right there. Pass me. We need that leg. We need an arm. We need a piece of hip. Yeah. Y'all were failing. So y'all ended up turning into cannibalism and tell us Black Americans, well, y'all brought some of us from Africa. Then we had the ones that was already here and intermingled, and yeah, we ended up building America. Okay. Specifically, they lived in states that disenfranchised African American voters, blah, blah, blah. Majority of Black Americans wanted under Jim Crow if they couldn't vote. Okay, we get the gist. Okay, let's read this right here, y'all. Make sure people ain't commenting. Oh, we got a couple comments. You feel me? Okay. Hero for Hire says, foundational Black Americans. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Foundational Black Americans. Look it. I want to tell y'all this too. When I say Black Americans, I'm basically saying foundational Black Americans. FBA, you feel me? Because that's what it is. Shout out to you, Hero for Hire. Appreciate you, bro, for tuning in. Now, let me read some. Actually, I have a question for you. Do you feel what Byron Donald said is it bullshit? Is he speaking Kundanese? Let me know, bro. Now, let's read some more. All right, because it's going to talk about the families and see if it's the families did better. And I already gave you the reason why, but I want to hear what bro gotta say. All right, my bad, y'all. My bad. I've been effing up today. Good Lord. Did Black families fare better? First, let's look at wealth. In the 1900s, white households had about 9 times the wealth of Black households. This disparity in wealth essentially remained unchanged throughout the Jim Crow. According to the Wealth of Two Nations, the U.S. Racial Wealth Gap, 1860 to 2020, in 2022, the average white family had $100 for every $15 held by Black households. And while the Black-white employment gap began during the Great Depression, which coincided with Jim Crow, this still doesn't tell the complete story. Under Jim Crow, tax dollars for Black families were used to fund segregated education systems that increased the generational wealth of white families. Take Jim Crow, South Carolina, for instance, where Black citizens made up 48.9%, god damn, of the population in 1940. Because the state constitution made integrated schools illegal, Black K-12 schools were worth an estimated $12.9 million, while white schools were worth nearly 5 times that number. Damn! So these motherfuckers, through Jim Crow, they were taking our tax dollars and putting it into white schools. You motherfuckers, man. And we still... And the crazy thing about it, y'all, we were still thriving. And it wasn't because of Jim Crow. It's because you motherfuckers left us alone. Y'all left us alone. Y'all see what we do? Remember Tulsa, Oklahoma? Y'all left us alone. We thriving. Then y'all want to come around and burn it down? Bro. Jim Crow legalized theft wasn't limited to education. And look at, man, you white folks been stealing. How y'all stealing? Y'all still losing. That's what y'all know. It'd be baffling me when I see a poor white hillbilly. I'll be baffled. I'm like, yo, y'all stole all this wealth and shit, and then some of y'all still end up being poor. God damn, that's one hell of a sight to see. You feel me? Now, with that being said, how much more time we got left? All right, we gonna blah blah blah, la la la, la la la. Oh, let's read this right here. And Donald's party actually believed his physical conservatism. They will want to repay this country debt to Black Americans. To be fair, if they were physically conservative, the national debt would not increase when Republican presidents are in office. And while conservatives blame the downfall of Black family on welfare, Democrats and LBJ's Great Society programs governing reports that 8 of the 10 most federally dependent states were Republican, while 7 of the 10 least federally dependent states were Democratic. Okay, yes. Okay, like I told you, this kind of like a hit piece. They going against basically conservatives and Black Republicans. We know anti-Blackness in the conservatives, man. We done heard how Donald Trump talk about us. Come on now. All right. Look, y'all. Like I said, it wasn't Jim Crow of why we were doing better as a black family and black people in the 60s. It was a multitude of things which I have explained, and it wasn't no damn Jim Crow that did it. Okay. All right. Now we get into the comment section, which means I'm opening up the phone lines. So if y'all want to call in and let y'all voice be heard, the number is 619-609-7383. Also, it's in the ticker below. So if y'all want to call in, let y'all voice be heard, here's y'all chance to call in, okay? Also, if you in spaces right now, all right, this is your chance to come up and talk your piece and say what you got to say about the news segment, okay? Now, let's read these comments. I'm gonna turn the fan up a little bit. God damn, it's getting hot. All right, Gerald says, oh my God. No, he didn't say that. The video shares the truth. How offensive, another example of how 45 and his minions continue to cross the Rubicon. My brother is touched. Okay. Paul says this is nonsense. Read his direct quote. You are reading into what he stated and twisting it all up. No, we read what he said. He basically was like, the black families were doing better and the black marriages was doing better. That was his whole talking point. That's the same talking point of how these white supremacists be. When they try to tell us, well, you blacks were actually doing better under Jim Crow. It's like, man, get the F out of here with that bullshit. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. You can't correlate that Jim Crow was the reason why we were doing better as black Americans. Come on now. That's bullish. All right. Hey McFly says white folks definitely had it better under Jim Crow. I envy that. Exactly. Get the hell out of here. Talk about black folks had it better. No, we have it better when y'all leave us alone. When y'all leave us black Americans alone, oh my God, we are great. Outstanding. Okay. Paul says the article is twisted and taken out of context. Well, Paul, can I say what's taken out of context is if you put your thing in a dog's ass that you doing doggy style? Is that taken out of context? Charles says the fellow Byron Donalds is the perfect Republican grifter. He will say, look at speaking of Republican grifters, hey, y'all heard of Herschel Walker? Y'all heard he ran off with their money? I gotta find that. Bro, they're saying that Herschel Walker like grifted off the Republican Party and ran off with their money and didn't pay it back. Wow. He will say do just about anything to get Trump's favor. Now he wants all the black population in America to believe that we're better off in the days of Jim Crow laws nationwide rather than the more progressive and fair policies of today's Democratic Party. Oh, Charles. Man, you had me until you became a Democratic shield. Bro, what are you talking about, man? Here you go. Spitting for the goddamn Joe Biden flunkies. Guess what? Some black people agree. What planet are we on? Who are these people? Trump and guys like Byron Donalds want to return in the 50s and 60s. Show him the felon Trump the door now. Man, look, man. If neither one of y'all talking about tangibles for us as black Americans, then we don't want to hear it. You feel what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna get our vote. Anti-black hate crime bill, cash reparations to start out with. You feel me? It's that easy. That simple. All right. It is what it is. Says he did not say black people were better off under Jim Crow. This article is based on a lie. No, we actually read the other article and he said that. He was saying black families were better off and goddamn the marriages were up. So what are you trying to imply? You're trying to imply that black people were better off. Let's not act stupid, y'all. Sometimes people try to act willfully ignorant. Like this ignoramus right here. Did y'all hear what Marjorie Greene Taylor said? He's saying some more stupidity. NTG says Trump is a convicted felon. just like Jesus. I know you ain't comparing Donald Trump to Jesus now. Man. Idiotic. Oh, yeah. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Grandson of Black Panther Party member who praised Trump says his grandfather has dementia and PTSD. Look it. There's a clip around. I couldn't find it, but I heard that his grandfather wasn't really saying that shit, yo. You feel me? His grandfather wasn't really praising Donald Trump. So this seemed like some cap. Okay. Look at the grandson of the man is saying that his grandfather David Hiller was exploited. Yeah, that's what it was saying. You feel me? Nah, that's not it. I will see if I can find the clip. It's saying it was cap, it was bullshit. You feel me? Look at both the Democrats and the Republicans. They both out here using faulty ass tactics to try to be like, yo, hey, we getting that black vote, yo. Hey, black men vote for us because of blah, blah, blah. Man, would y'all stop with the horse crap? Y'all know what we want. Tangibles for us as Black Americans, bruh. God damn. It's so simple. Y'all out here doing the bullshit. Anyway, look, y'all. I'm about to get into the slapper of the day, but before I get into the slapper of the day, I want to bring y'all some Black excellence real quick. Did y'all know a black American man, you feel me, created the doorknob? Oh, y'all about to hear it right now.
Invented by a 17-year-old black boy
17 years old.
Dorsey in 1878 in Washington, D.C. Dorsey was likely born in September of 1861, according to emancipation records, and was freed at 8 months old with his mom and 2 siblings during the Civil War. Little else is known about Dorsey's life prior to this groundbreaking invention. However, it should be noted that in the 1880 census, when Dorsey was 18 or 19 years old, he worked as a butcher and resided with his family. In other words, Dorsey didn't make a fortune from his invention. In fact, it took years for people to embrace the doorknob. But after they realized that it was safer than opening doors with latches and leather straps, like what was usually done, the broader society got on board. So the next time you twist that doorknob and walk through a door, you can thank a black man. Doorknob was...
Y'all hear that?
17.
Next time you use the doorknob, you better thank a black man, because we created that ish as a Black American. You feel me? This is my thing, though. I'm trying to figure out which one of these white men took the patent and made it their own, and made it like, yeah, it was actually a white guy that created the doorknob. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. Anyway, look, y'all. I'm about to play a slapper of the day, and I'm about to play another slapper from Juicy J newest album, Mental Trillness 2. All right. And I gotta play this one right here. Serenity. This is a slapper right here. You feel me? Yeah. You feel me? This album is a slapper, y'all. Now, y'all check out the track list. Streaming. Okay.
You know very well. Say goodbye to the fantasy. God got a plan for me. Say goodbye to this crazy shit. I need my sanity. Say goodbye, God of Hollywood. Lifestyle wasn't that good. Say goodbye to the fairy tale. You know very well. Say goodbye to the fantasy. God got a plan for me. Say goodbye to this crazy shit. I need my sanity. My sanity. I can't.
Somebody said not trying to get cursed out.
No problems get resolved. Just take a different substance.
Yeah.
My arrogance alone is quick to end discussion. I turned into my grandpa, man, and always fussing. I took every plaque, I earned some gasoline and burnt it. And before you judge me, just know at least I earned it. No coincidence, certain women come around on purpose, putting up my fist, taking hits. All this shit ain't worth it. Follow my intuition, I'm gonna leave, get back on my mission. Feel like a weight was lifted. We gonna be straight this Christmas, and you gotta give thanks this giving. Not everybody make these millions. Thought I couldn't escape my building.
Yeah.
Now I'm hitting it in the hill. Pay attention, cause it's real. Pay tuition, pay the bills. Pay for the life insurance too. These women are life insurance you. The media be Kanye and you. Rich niggas be going through it too. Rich niggas be going through their goodbye. By the Hollywood. Lifestyle wasn't that good. Say goodbye to the fairy tale. You know very well. Say goodbye to the fantasy. God got a plan for me. Say goodbye to this crazy shit. I need my sanity. Say goodbye by the Hollywood. Lifestyle wasn't that good. Say goodbye to the fairy tale. You know very well. Say goodbye to the fantasy. God got a plan for me. Say goodbye to this crazy shit. I need my sanity. My sanity.
Yeah, hope. That was Juicy J off his latest album, Mental Trillness 2. That was the song Serenity. Slapper of a song. All right. Check this album out, y'all. This is a slapping album. All right. But with that being said, we are coming to the end of the show. This is another episode of the Sears Glare. I'm your lovely or hated host, Kamal, aka the Black Seinfeld, aka Magic X. And since I have a certain sector of my audience that shows love and appreciation for your bruh, that is my fam. Look, we don't always agree, but when we disagree, we do it with respect. What should y'all be doing right now? Well, what you waiting for? And if they watching, at least they learning. And I appreciate some of y'all, from the ugly to the beautiful and to the in-betweeners. Also, my live audience, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. You feel me? Shout out to Hero for Hire, man. Shout out to you. Foundational Black Americans. That's what we is, bruh. You feel me? And we want our goddamn tangibles. All right? All right? And if y'all ain't talking about it, then you ain't gonna get our mother effing vote. And we ain't trying to hear nothing else you gotta say. All right? Now, with that being said, speaking of not wanting to hear what you gotta say, now I gotta address the other side of my audience. You goddamn stank assholes. I don't know why your breath smell like corn chips. Corn chips and onions. Oh, Lord. Goddamn, your breath so hot that burn my eyebrows off. God damn. The mayo babble will be on an all-time high. Jesus Christ. You suspected rednecks. You goddamn coons and the rest of you trolls. What should y'all be doing right now? That's right, EAD. Now, with that being said, look, my final note is this, y'all. Oh, your phone lines, we're closing it down. If you want to call in, it's too late. All right. Also, if you was on Spaces and you want to come up here and say your piece about this news segment, I'm shutting it down. All right. My final note is this. Byron Donalds is conflating some ish right now. Okay. Black people didn't do better offer under Jim Crow because of Jim Crow. That's some old coon Uncle Ruckus babble talk. You're sounding like a white supremacist or alleged white supremacist like MTG. All right. For you slow brain mother effers out there, that's Marjorie Green Taylor. All right. Black people did better during that time frame in the 60s and stuff like that when it comes to families and marriages and stuff like that, because they left us alone. Okay? Us Black Americans, when we are left alone and y'all don't come sabotaging doing some old bullshit. You feel me? And y'all let us kind of govern ourselves and do things for us. And y'all don't come on the BS. We do a lot better. It's a proven fact. So get this bullshit talking about Jim Crow. Oh, is the reason why that black people and black Americans did better back then. No, we were left alone. We didn't have the tether class coming around undermining us. You feel me? We weren't integrated with you white supremacists and y'all undermining us and backdooring us and all types of bullshit. You feel me? That's why we did better. Okay. So Byron Donalds is speaking that goddamn Kundanese, man. He sound like this is my thing. I ain't got nothing against black people being Republicans. Okay, that's cool. I got a problem with y'all with if you are a Republican and you start speaking that coon babble. That's when I have a problem. With that being said, y'all have a good day, good evening, good whenever it is y'all consuming this content. Have a good one of y'all, and I'm out.